What's up, everybody? My name's Chris, host of Build Your Empire. Right next to me is my good friend, co-host Frank G. What's good?
What's going on, Chris?
Nothing, man. Tell the people, what are we going to discuss on this episode?
Today we are discussing pressure at work.
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a
Yes,
tough one right there. I figured this would be a good conversation since the last episode we had. I received a good amount of feedback.
as did I.
Yeah, good amount negative in the sense don't chew gum in
I
the
was
microphone.
I received a lot of it wasn't like it was I guess negative, but ways they were positively critiquing it.
Of course,
Yeah.
and we also figured this would be the case. I thought
We
so, at
thought it, we
least.
apologized to the audience before we
Yeah,
started the
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, we knew that chewing gum in an audio format or even in a video format would probably not get the best reaction.
Yeah, because we're chewing like cows.
Chewing like cows, and
20 pieces of
I
gum.
didn't know it irked like so many people. That's people's pet peeves.
It's so weird because yesterday someone said to me, "What is your pet peeve?" I said loud chewing and
You said
smart.
that?
Someone asked me, and that was my pet peeve. That's what I
Oh,
said to them.
oh man, you were just doing that for an hour
Yeah,
on the internet
yeah.
where
Listening to me
where
do it for all the clips of this.
1,500 people saw.
Yeah,
Yeah, never really bothers me, but people are like, "Hey, man, like I really wanted to tune in, but I couldn't because that was just annoying." And I'm like,
I
"Sorry,
get it.
I get it."
I get it.
Look,
We enjoyed the episode though.
yeah, we did. When you're doing what we do, it's a lot of trial and error. We got to figure out what works and how do we provide tangible value, and we
Absolutely.
also have to have fun and create some sort of content, right? But we hope this episode we actually do provide tangible value. As you heard, we're both salesmen.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
you're
The stress of sales at work, especially
100%.
now with the coronavirus affecting a lot around the world.
Yeah, and you're in retail, so you're face to face dealing with merchandising over the telephone. I deal with small local business owners giving out business loans. And yeah, the coronavirus is certainly affecting business.
It's affecting business and like traffic, but also even the stress of thinking people are coming in sick and sneezing. That's another stress too.
For you, yeah.
I had that a client come in last weekend, and he's sneezing. He's got his tissues everywhere. I'm like, oh God, I'm getting sick here.
So it's funny because I'm in an office with elite salesmen
Hmm.
who are all panicking. There's signs all over the walls. People, if they cough, they're getting sent home.
Yeah, you
And
get glared at real negatively
yeah,
when you
yeah,
cough right
certainly,
now.
certainly. And I'm telling you via Snapchat, I'm like, I'm freaking out about this, and you're like, relax. But I'm in an office with a bunch of elite salesmen. If they want to sell me fear,
Oh, they
I'm
got you.
sold.
They
I'm
got you.
sold.
They
Everyone
got you.
has it on their screens, the updates, and I'm
That's so crazy.
yeah, dude, I'm
They're
I'm
so into
panicking.
it.
Yeah, they're super into it. I mean, they're into anything, whether it's Bitcoin or stocks or
Yep.
this virus. If it's a statistical number,
Yeah.
they're about it, dealing with finance.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of restrictions too in companies. At this point now, we can't even go from one office to the other. You have to choose one office
I'm
in the
no,
company.
I mean, I work from home on
A
Friday as a
lot of people
mandatory.
remotely, yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably gonna persist, knowing New York's in a state of emergency right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think eventually, I think it's going to be a little bit worse before it gets better.
Yes,
So, but
yes.
yeah, that's a stress and a pressure right there.
It's also affecting us. We should be going to Europe in like 4 weeks,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah, we can't do that. So we got to figure out.
that's upsetting. That one
Yeah,
hurts.
yeah, that one does hurt. Our 2020 goal, at least mine, visit 4 countries within the year. We could have banged that out
Could have
within
been
4 months.
done.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
I could focus on everything else on my goal list. Um, but we're going to discuss the pressures at work. We think it's extremely important, especially being salesmen. We have to hit numbers, we have to hit quotas. This month actually is the highest pressured month in which I face probably in the last 2 years. Um,
Really?
yeah, in the beginning of the year, they gave out like a performance plan,
Okay.
and it's a lot of subjectivity involved because of the variables in which dictate sales, such as coronavirus and
Yeah.
the clients I have and partners I deal with. But I haven't really hit my number in the last 2 months, and it's tough because I know I have to hit the number. I wasn't approached yet, but that certainly has pressure on
Well,
me.
has it been a realistic number? So that's another pressure at work. Sometimes you get unrealistic goals.
W-
with
Yeah,
uncontrollable variables like your
100%.
reach of who you
Yeah.
can reach out to.
Well,
Is it wide enough?
you also don't know the aspect of the business and corporation, right? Because
Yeah.
if they're not hitting their numbers, it's a possibility they can inflate your number.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Without
So,
that's currently happening to me right
yeah.
now. That side of the world that's affected most with the coronavirus,
Now you have
we're
to make up
making
for it.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
to make up for it.
We're stepping up for
And
that.
that's totally fine. But I, of course, want to do well for my employer.
Of course.
Like
Well,
that
that's
is my
great. Yeah.
main focus.
That's yeah.
As much as we work here and I'm on Instagram and TikTok making content and creating episodes and uploading it, my main focus that I keen on is how do I make money for my employer?
Yeah.
That's my goal. That's my job. Um, and the fact that I thought about this the other day. The fact that I'm not desperate for a paycheck
Hmm.
and that I still feel pressure, it's solely based on the fact that I love my job.
Yeah, you're like an ideal employee that I would love to hire because
100%.
that's a great question you always ask. Like, and if they answer like, "Oh, I just want to make a lot of money," if they could say they want to contribute to the success of the business, oh man, that's a,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, certainly.
fantastic.
I love my culture and my colleagues and who I work for and with.
Hmm.
Um, and I want to see them do well. Also, if I'm not making sales, I'm also not making the money I'm used to and want.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm taking the L with you.
Yeah, same with me. If when we have monthly goals, if we're not hitting them, then I'm not getting that paycheck, and the
Yeah,
company's
and
also not making that money.
which is tough because I mean, I'm commuting 15 hours a week, I'm working 45 hours a week, I'm giving you all my energy,
Hmm.
and if I'm not hitting my own sales, then one, I'm not feeling good about myself and I'm not getting paid for it. But also, I have the utmost confidence of knowing my value.
Yeah, absolutely. But
So it's funny because like I know I'm the best and I'm the shit, and
mm,
although I'm not hitting my numbers, you're still not gonna tell me that I'm not the best.
yeah, well, your work ethic is great. I mean, yeah, these are all extreme pressures that if someone isn't resilient or takes action in life to be more resilient and stronger mentally, this could crush you. This could, that
Oh yeah,
those
yeah.
you can the stress can outweigh the coping so easily, and then you're not
And
going to enjoy your job.
it's not even like I'm stressed about losing my potential job, which could be the case in
That's a lot
sales.
of people. Yeah, that's definitely a
Because
case.
I know I'm such an asset and I'm
Hmm.
so confident in my craft. Like I'm one of the few people who are so into sales who goes home and
Hmm.
study sales.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm studying marketing too. So I know I have a skill set unlike everyone else. I think my colleagues know that. They tell me that. So a
Hmm.
number doesn't dictate my value.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree, and I feel very similar. I mean, being a manager of a luxury retail company or store in this company, I've always looking for new ways to communicate to associates to try and make them feel heard, to just find ways to make sure everyone is dealing with pressure in the best way. Because realistically, if your coworkers are also dealing with these pressures, that can bring down their drive to want to work, their sales, their efforts at work.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Um, and I think one of the things I do is I do rely on my coworkers
Yeah, that's
to,
you
yeah,
have to.
and I voice up and I have to let them know, and I try my best, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a strong, that's like a huge thing, a strong support system, whether it's at work or home, that can really assist you with the stresses and pressure at work. And also just be aware if you have people that are there for you like that, you need to also listen and be there for
Of
them.
course.
Yeah, and that builds great work relationships.
Which I've noticed in every uh, job I had, I
Mm.
created a specific type of culture. I mean, you've seen it. Carvel, I created a culture.
Oh
The
yeah, yeah.
mall, I created a culture. Yelp, I created a culture. I think this job now, I created some sort of culture where
Hmm.
whenever I was taken out of the equation,
Yeah, yeah.
the culture felt it.
It was affected, absolutely. Well, you have a strong personality and a real drive for what you do. That's great.
Yeah, but oh man, if I'm not making money and I'm not hitting my numbers where leadership sees it, then I'm keeping a high profile in a way I don't want to.
Well, if you're still an asset, so like say you're still not hitting your numbers, but yet you're giving motivational speeches to get the office going, or you have a team that does well around you, then they're gonna see those little things.
Yes. Um, but
So as long as you're not a jerk off and really
of course, if
slacking,
yeah, I
they're not
mean,
gonna.
I think a lot of performance plans are built around exiling the one who doesn't fit in.
Hmm.
Where if you're not hitting your number, now it's a specific reason
Yeah.
to get you out of here. Um, but still, man, I would say majority of companies, if you're not hitting a sales number,
Hmm.
you're out.
Yeah, I would. So on the sales level in my company, there's obviously actions and plans. If you don't hit the months after month after month, I think it's like three or so, you get written up, and then yeah, you could eventually lose your job. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, and it should happen.
It should happen, but sometimes your coworkers know how good you are for the team, and I've seen people assisting them with sales, helping them make
Yeah,
generate revenue,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
that's the team you want.
100%.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been now in the workforce for 8 years. This is my favorite team I've been on.
Yeah, it's lucky to have that to
I
say.
yeah, I
Lucky.
I love almost every single
Mm,
one of them. I'll do whatever I could. Where if someone was in my situation, I'd give them sales if I could. Here,
yeah.
take this.
Yeah.
Here, you got it.
So that's another huge pressure sometimes at work. Sometimes you're in a toxic environment or the team isn't really meshing well. And in sales, strong personalities are everywhere. So sometimes that
Yeah,
happens.
alpha.
And I would say one way to deal with that, I mean, obviously communicate, really try and get to know your coworkers, but if not, expert transfer. I mean, there's plenty of ways. If this job is really affecting you that negatively,
Well, if it's affecting you that negatively, you probably have to go.
yeah.
You probably have to
I mean,
go.
I've been in a situation on sales teams, part of sales teams, where I could see the meshing isn't really there. The teamwork isn't there like it should be. And then I visited stores that I'm like, wow, this is ideal. These people really love each other. This is a family, like of
And when you
sales.
get that, I mean, if all the other kinks are worked out within the sales cycle,
Hmm.
oh man,
Well, then
sky's the limit.
I was just
Yeah,
gonna say
yeah,
that.
I felt it. I
It
felt
makes
it.
sense, man.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I mean, I mean, if we were to give advice though on how to cope with pressure at school or work, I mean, what do you got? What do you got?
So coping, there's so many ways to cope. One, I really think if you build your resilience, so if you are strong mentally, and physically,
Huge.
exercising, I would say at least 30 minutes most days, um, that will lift your mood. That'll boost your energy. That'll just bring a better spirit to the work, so you're more resilient towards the tasks that they're giving you that are hard. I mean, take a break if you need to, step away, go on vacation.
Well, I think that's pivotal.
Huge.
I always say in the sales world, I do think you need a vacation at least once a quarter,
I
and I
agree.
do say you need a spa day like every other month.
Yeah, to be honest, I want to get a spot membership. Like that would be great.
Yeah, it makes sense. I
Yeah.
mean, there
I mean,
you need that.
there's also the stress and pressures that from sitting all day, from standing all day. So
I
now,
complain to you about that all the
yeah,
time.
so now your muscle tensions are causing you to be fatigued or less motivated.
Dude, when we edit these videos, I actually see my posture off with my right shoulder to left
So
shoulder.
I was looking at my posture on the last episode. So
It was
now
good.
I'm
It
literally,
was good.
but now I'm
I saw your
like
posture now.
like now I'm
Yeah,
trying to be like
yeah.
known and
No,
good.
yeah. That's been irking me for the past like couple of months between
Hmm.
sitting at the bus and then going and sitting at the office job.
It's tough, man.
Yeah, I mean, if I continue to do this for 40 years, I can totally see the repercussions of that.
This is all wear and tear on your body, which is so pivotal. The spa day, the exercise, all that stretching, it's all pivotal or all crucial. I mean,
I
to
think being mentally strong though certainly is priority,
yeah.
right? Because the perspective I have in which that I know I'm an asset and my value and my
Hmm.
worth is astronomical to any employer that I give my work ethic to.
Yeah.
It's pivotal to think that way.
Absolutely.
because
You
I
have so much
know
confidence,
a
which builds,
huge
yeah.
confidence when it comes to sales
Hmm.
and in
Makes sense.
marketing.
We've
I,
been
I'm
doing it for how long now?
yeah,
You have how many hours, thousands of hours in
I'm
sales?
probably an expert.
Yeah,
10,000 hours makes you an expert.
yeah,
I would consider myself an expert.
yeah. If you've been working for 10 years in sales, yeah, absolutely.
And I love the game.
Yeah, it's
People in
fun.
sales don't actually like the game.
Yeah, I mean that's tough because you could see they're probably they have mood swings potentially, or like they just aren't comfortable in every situation.
Yeah, so now it's a double-edged sword though because most people either don't believe their value
Hmm.
or they just I lost my train of
In
thought
it for the
there.
paycheck.
Yes,
Yeah,
man, that's my boy.
yeah.
Yeah. They're
It
either
makes
in it for
sense.
the money
Sales is good pay.
or yeah, I would say, it's funny, we were talking about this with my colleagues. I'm one of the few who had like a 1.8 GPA,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
make a shit ton of money. And the only way you can do that, where you're not good in school, is sales or
Yeah,
entrepreneurship.
yeah, a business or something like that or sales.
It's the only
Absolutely.
way.
Yeah,
It's the only way.
absolutely.
And I guess I'm gifted where I just have the personality where it works.
Yeah, well, like I said, sales, there's a lot of strong personalities. Um, and we could deal with the stress at work. And also, stress or pressure at work is good. I mean, that'll, like a little bit anyway, that'll keep you focused. That'll keep you able to meet a demand. It's like you're now meeting a new goal that you didn't think you'd be able to cope with. But too much that overwhelms you, now that could break down your mind and body.
So that's an interesting concept that I have. I don't like pressure at work.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, quotas are pressure.
of course, and when I'm being spoked about that, or
Hmm.
if a manager uses a fear tactic on me,
Yeah, that's
it,
not
it,
good.
it actually throws me off completely.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we've spoken about that
like
off
the
camera.
whole clutch pressure, I
Hmm.
don't like it in a work environment because I'm doing everything I could. I'm trying. I'm going to take constructive criticism. I'm going
Hmm.
to implement that.
Yeah.
It's not relative to like pressure hitting the game winning shot in
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I would embrace. I would enjoy that. I feel like it's two completely different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fear tactic towards pushing you is, I think, is
Oh,
wrong.
you're pushing me away.
Yeah, you're definitely pushing you away. I mean, now you're going home with these problems as well. I mean, you do
Yeah.
regardless, but that just makes it worse. And yeah, so work pressure also can affect your home outside of work
Oh, that's
relationships.
all you think
You
about.
could be isolated, you could
Oof.
be antisocial, you could get angry and irritated. So that's all,
You need to relax.
yeah,
Need to relax.
you need
And
to,
I could I could easily work at a job I don't like as
hmm,
long as I'm with the people I like. That
yeah,
means everything.
yeah, because I mean, if you could connect with a good team, you're enjoying your day. You know, you're spending all day or the
With them.
majority of day with
Yeah.
them. So yeah, if you don't have, if you're dealing with negative people or a toxic team, that's tough. That's probably time to leave.
It's funny, last month I was having a bad month, and I knew I was having a bad month. And I would
Hmm.
say I'm one of the most playful personalities when it comes to just, quote unquote, horsing around and joking around and just having fun and taking it like another notch,
Hmm.
which I think is extremely important in a
Super
work environment.
crucial,
Yeah,
especially in
but you
stressful ones.
but you do have to be self-aware on honing that.
Well, it's a balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when I wasn't doing so well,
Hmm.
uh, that I'm focused. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm
You cut
isolated.
back on all that, yeah.
I cut back on everything because I know, because if I'm a boss, you shouldn't be joking around if you're not near your number,
And I'm sure when that happens to you because of your personality at work and your playfulness, they will be like, "What's going on?"
which I was leading to.
Yeah.
Everybody was. In
Yeah.
fact, my manager, who is awesome,
Hmm.
um, we sat down and he brought that up. And I
Yeah.
said exactly what I just said.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But it's interesting now because now I see that you're valuing the
They're valuing
personality.
you towards the team, towards
Yes,
the office.
yes.
Yeah.
But I also want to convey that I know that's pivotal and I can do both since it's touched upon.
Yeah.
But you also have to know that I'm not happy with my current performance, which, yeah, I can be playful as well, but like that's not, it's about work. I got to get
Well,
these
and
numbers.
that's why you're more of an asset when you're not hitting numbers and less likely to be let go or laid off.
You don't know that until that
You know,
happens, though.
yeah,
Man,
but you could kind of see it. You're usually aware of things that are happening like that. But yeah, I mean, if you have that value, then you know right away. You can easily leave and go somewhere else
you
if
hope.
needed.
You hope. Yeah, yeah, I believe that, but I wouldn't want that.
Well,
And
because you now
now
you're in a position you love,
I love
so it's
exactly.
awesome.
And now with the current climate of the coronavirus,
Yeah,
which is fluctuating business,
yeah.
I don't even know how companies are assessing this.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're kind of like I think they're rolling with the punches. They don't really know exactly what to do. They're relying on other areas of the business to
Well,
step up.
financially and statistically, we're 2 weeks behind it. So you don't
Yeah,
even know like
yeah,
how bad it's getting.
yeah.
And dude, it's bad. Like from
It's
a
bad.
business
Yeah,
standpoint.
no, it's pretty bad. I mean, everyone is kind of like, what do we do? We need to think of ways to increase revenue, to make up for all the deficit that the other parts of the world are
And
really being
it's
affected with.
funny because both our businesses are highly affected. I mean, you're working for Ferragamo, which is Italian.
Yeah, that
Italy's affected.
we have a huge business in Asia.
I was gonna say that.
In that parts of the world, they're down probably 80%, 90%.
I'm dealing with small local businesses giving them financing at, a 30% interest rates.
Hmm.
But some of these businesses are like manufacturers where they're buying stuff from China, which is they're affected, which
Yeah,
means they can't take bit. So it's, oh man,
yeah, it's like a domino effect
it
that
is
really affects everything.
and now naturally companies are going to want more out of their employees because they need more.
Hmm.
Now it's giving us a little more stress. We're not seeing the activity we're used to seeing, but we have to do more.
Yeah,
And now it's like a what's going on here?
yeah, it's kind of like a toss up on what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and we're 28. This is the first time we potentially could be in a economic crisis.
Hmm. Yeah,
So,
we've seen it in in the markets already, stock markets. I mean,
yeah.
a lot of things. Yeah,
And we played smart. We're still in great situations. But yeah, last time we saw this was '08 when we were in high school.
yeah, we weren't really
We
mentally
weren't
or
affected.
physically.
Our
Now we're
parents were.
affected. Yeah,
Now, yeah, now I'm like, wait a second.
yeah. Now
Yeah.
we're working in these.
I'm like, I just lost 5 grand this week. What's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah, yeah. No, it's now we're adults, so we're affected.
Yeah, but you know what? If we play it right and we don't die, uh, there is a time for us to make money. Um, but
Absolutely.
if anyone's viewing us or listening to us, you know, maintain your emotions, control your emotions. I think if you can control your emotions, you literally control everything.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So that's also that goes back to just having building your mindset and really exercising your brain because that's what controls everything.
And look, if you're trying to build your empire the same way we're trying to build our empire, controlling your emotions is crucial. Knowing
Hmm.
your value, knowing your worth is crucial.
Absolutely
I also
crucial.
think not doing it for money and not being concentrated and focused on money is important.
Hmm.
I think being a team player is
Team players,
extremely important.
super important to have a supportive teams, which is all related to being a team player.
Having fun
Absolutely.
is important.
Yes.
If you're not having fun at your job, you probably should leave it.
Yeah. I mean, then you just stress for 40 years, for the next 40 years.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, love what you do, be happy. You got any solid advice before we head out here?
I mean, so we're in like a little bit of different areas of sales. So I manage a store. So what I do for high pressured situations or like end of the month goals, I mean, I make to-do lists, high priority tasks in the beginning of the day. You'll feel great once that's completed. You'll get much more done once that's done. I say one-on-one with your associates and make them feel heard and
Huge,
also yeah make them feel heard and also
huge.
that their voice is affecting how they work, let them have some control.
Look, you don't know. They could be, their dog died, which could affect them.
A
They could
thousand
be
percent,
breaking up with their spouse. Like,
1000%.
I mean, you need to know that to help them with that to get better work ethic out of them.
Absolutely.
Empathy is huge. I think it's before we head out here, let's give them one solid piece of sales advice.
Okay.
You could say something catered to your, industry, retail, and I got mine. I
Well,
mean,
let's hear it.
mine, so I think I actually sell um, the minority in the sense that I build a rapport that's so genuine and honest.
Okay.
which converts to sale. So, I
Well, that
mean,
yeah, that's crucial.
yeah, but majority don't. They would pressure the individual while I'm being honest, stating, this may not be the best fit for you,
Okay.
but it could still be beneficial. And because I said that, they're not going to talk to anyone else and they're going to move forward with me.
Yeah, so that's like that's so funny because that's something I've recently even tried practicing harder. So yeah, I mean, you building a relationship is would be I guess my advice. You build a relationship long term. They trust you, and you tell them what works with what, like a certain shoe or a certain outfit, and you be honest. Don't
Yep.
just sell them this item
Because it makes you the most.
because it's $10,000.
Yep.
I think if you love what you do, that will come easy because you want this person to also love what you're giving them and to appreciate what they can get from it, whether it's building their business from a loan or feeling good about themselves wearing Ferragamo.
For example, I've worked at companies where they just wanted you to make the sale. You're a sales
Hmm.
rep, your job's to make sales. The way I sell is if I call someone up and I speak to them and they tell me they're not feeling well and they're sick,
Yeah,
I'm not talking sales.
yeah,
I'm talking purely, how are you feeling? What's going on? Is there anything I can do? Do you want to talk?
yeah.
Like literally,
That's a great level of trust, or that you need to breach those gates because once you pass them, then it's
sales
like a
going to be
flood.
made
Then it's a
if
flood of
if
like
you can provide the value.
yeah,
Yeah. I just think that's so important that most sales reps don't even think about.
yeah. I'm with you on that one for sure.
Yeah, you usually rock with me, my man.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna cut this episode a little short since last week's episode was 55 minutes of us chewing gum. Hopefully, we
Hmm.
spoke a little clearly. I feel like I'm a little nasally.
I'm a little nasally too.
Yeah, I mean, we may have coronavirus, but either way, we're gonna
God
show
hope
up
not.
next week.
Absolutely.
Look, without you, there is no us. So please continue to give us your feedback. We're gonna continue to, fixing and refining. We appreciate you. Don't deal with pressure at work. I guess you are gonna deal with
You're
pressure at
gonna
work.
always deal with pressure. Just
Yeah,
don't deal with it negatively. Always try and find the positive
it's
filter
all a
thing in there.
positive. It's all a learning lesson as well. But
Yes.
yep, we're gonna go back to building, and we hope you go back to building as well. We out.
Yes.